All right, everybody, welcome back. We're still at it. Another game, another first map. I'm very excited to see Bad at Overwatch go up against Potaters. One team with a week one win, the other with a loss. Potaters looking to make a point here, and we have some exciting pregame interviews coming up for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this one's going to be pretty interesting as well. Of course, Battle Overwatch coming off of that win last week against Ascent. Potaters, of course, going down to 4-1-3 Catalyst. So, both these teams, of course, they're playing their second game. They still got stuff to prove. So, that being said, this one's going to be an exciting one. I'm excited for it.
And of course, our next matches, that's going to be announced on Monday at OverwatchChampionSeries.com. But for now, we got this match. Bad at Overwatch versus Potaters. This is an exciting one. Potaters is the home team, so they'll get the pick on control of Oasis, Busan, or Ilios. So going to see what they choose to go in. We do have a pregame interview here shortly with a Ragu legend. Very excited to see what they have to say for their upcoming opponent, Octave. How do you feel about this matchup?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think today is going to be exciting. Before we go into any of that, let's look at the fixtures really quick. Of course, this is our last game of the week, so once this is over, the week 2 games are done. Of course, scores up there on your screen, a 3-0 for 4-1-3 Havoc. Of course, New Haven Varsity taking a 3-1 against 4-1-3 Riot. And 4-1-3 Nightshade in a thriller against UAH Charger Blue takes it 3-2, and then of course what we just saw, WVU Mountaineers. Now we got Potatoes versus Bad at Overwatch, which we are about to see. So I'm ready for that, and now let's look at the standings real quick. The newly updated standings after
Newly updated, yes.
newly updated after that last game we just played. Of course, 4-3 Havoc, 4-3 Nightshade still at the top of those standings. Both at 2-0 currently, the only teams so far to have done so. And so, of course, it's only been 2 weeks, so a lot of those top spots are still up for grabs for anyone. That being said, let's head into our pre-match interviews here.
Yeah, those standings look pretty cool as a Havoc member, but I gotta say, very excited with these pre-game interviews. We're gonna get a Ragu legend in here right now for this interview. And Mr. Ragu legend, how is it going? I hope you're excited. I know I am to see you guys play. How do you think you can really make this match turn in your favor from your role here on the DPS?
Well, so I primarily play Doom for the team, so my goals are either to try to get their backline to really be looking at me so that my front line can take the advantage, since our tanks are, let's say, our weakest link, but we're working on that. Anyway, so I'm trying to get the backline to look at me so that my front line can have a way easier time and just get general picks, as well as like punch their Rhine around if they're playing Rhinezar to like stop them from being able to have fun.
Yeah, some things to work on. I like the honesty because honestly, every team here, has a lot they can improve on. So it's good to see a team that's honest and aware of what they can do better. So very good to see that, you guys are looking for things to improve and that you're looking to make a big difference from your role. You are going up against a very strong team at Battle Overwatch, though, who won their week one game. What do you guys see in this specific matchup that you might be looking at? Any homework or research done by you guys before going into this matchup?
Not really. It's kind of scuffed. We didn't really do that much research.
Hey,
But
that's been the normal answer, so.
yeah, that's really all I have to say.
And so far, the league standard. I mean, it's good. Focus on your team and do what you do best. And we'll see you guys hopefully go in and do that today. Obviously, giving you your best. Do you guys have anything to say, or do you have anything to say for your opponents today before you go into this match?
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. You can see the laugh. He's holding it in. He wants to say more, but he's staying nice. He's playing nice so far. Thank you. What a great pregame interview. Thank you so much. We're gonna get your opponent in here, and
All right.
we're gonna get you back with your team so that you guys can get in for this match. Good
May
luck,
the best
man. Have
team
fun.
win.
Thank you. Of course.
All right.
Yes. All right. We're gonna have our second interview here. Who do we have? Who are we interviewing here?
We do in fact have a legend from Bad at Overwatch, so we are going to be getting him in here any second. Ask him a couple questions as well. A legend, the man, the myth, the legend, right here. How are you feeling today?
Feeling really good.
All right, good. A nice and simple answer. I love it. I gotta say, This is the first time, of course, that we have been doing these pregame interviews. We didn't get to do them in week number 1. So that being said, coming into this tournament, what was you guys' expectations and goals in terms of coming into this tournament?
Well, honestly, I joined this tournament as a favor mostly for a friend. I mean, we were kind of in rebuilding mode, so we have most of our rebuilt team here today, versus last week. But it was mostly for a friend, so our goal was to come in here and do the best we could. And if people underestimate us, whatever, we'll beat them.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
Love the
Next up,
attitude.
yeah, of course. Next order of business. You guys coming off a great win last week against Ascent. What is the game plan this week to keep that momentum going to get that 2-0 record?
Well, honestly, we have some new players in today. Obviously, we have Toaster, who's actually on the roster last time, but just couldn't make the time. But he is an actual flex support. We picked up some other players, including Light. Light is a fantastic DPS. I can't wait for you guys to see him tonight. Rin as well is a fantastic main support. I can't wait for you to see her tonight. Hydra, you guys already know, and Dominic's going to be a flex support as well. All of these people are fantastic, and we can't wait for them to be seen. So as much as we want to win, we're going for the win. We ultimately do want to get all of our new players some playing time. So you could be seeing some mix-ups in roster that we normally wouldn't do. We're just trying to get some play time for our new players.
Wonderful. I gotta say, I absolutely love the attitude here. It's fantastic. Of course, gotta love a player who can shout out teammates there. Next order of business. Have you guys done any special research on your opponents today? Most teams have said that they haven't really done a lot of research, but have you guys done anything?
I will admit, our team is filled with people who love the game, love trying to get better, love wanting to win, have the desire to win. So yes, we have done some research. I specifically know our DPS players VOD a lot themselves, and when they asked for the opponent, they got in and VODed them. And our coach as well spent some time VODing to find some some things we could take advantage of, some of our issues that we need to be aware of going into this match. So yes, we did some. I wouldn't say it's special as we do this for all of our matches once we have VODs and codes and stuff like that, but yeah. We try our hardest to win.
Yeah, so definitely one of the more prepared teams that we've talked to so far for sure. And last but not least, in terms of questions, we of course just had Oregu Legend come in here to give his thoughts. Is there anything you'd like to say to your opponents before we start this game today?
Ultimately, this is for fun. We're both here to learn, improve, fight, trying to win. But ultimately, this is a game. We are people representing a greater industry of esports, even at this junior level. So ultimately, we want to have fun. We want to show out. We want to show off. But ultimately, we're playing for each other. And to my opponents, I wish you guys the best of luck. But just because I'm wishing you guys the best of luck, that doesn't mean we're not going to stagger and stuff like that. We're trying to win here.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome. I love the positive words. You gotta love those words, of course. So thank you very much, Alezin, for giving your thoughts today. Thank you so much for the interview, and good luck today.
Yep, thank you.
All right. That being said, I think we can head into these maps very shortly. I think we can head in right about now. We are going to be starting on Ilios. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Potaters, bad at Overwatch. These two teams have been waiting for plenty of time. We had to delay a little bit, so these two teams are hungry and ready to go head to head. We got an exciting matchup. I gotta say, I really don't know who's the favorite here. Bad at Overwatch, obviously. They have the win on their record, but Potaters is hungry. And as we just saw, Bad at Overwatch, though, doing their research. They're prepared for this game. So let's see what they can do here. Both teams with a path to victory. Let's see who can find their key.
Yeah, very true. Both these teams looking hungry for this win. At the beginning of the season, all these teams very hungry for those W's. Of course, the season is long, but it's not that long, so every win is going to count for all of these teams. And of course, one team coming off a loss last week, one team coming off a win last week. Both of them trying to come back strong or keep up the momentum.
Very true. Bad at Overwatch, looking to keep their momentum rolling. Mr. Oreo, man, on that Lucio, that's someone you got to watch out for. A lot of players to watch out for from both teams. Gotta say, I'm excited. We got a good matchup coming. Potaters, Bad at Overwatch. These teams are about to hit it out on the first point of Ilios.
Yeah, I gotta say, we should definitely watch out for $sign here. Was Week 1's MVP for their game against Ascent. So definitely want to look out here for plenty of skill from that man, of course.
The DPS lineup could play a big factor as they're all on slightly different roles. It's really the DPS that are going to be the big difference. It's the Sim versus the Tracer, and there's Sim finding the Tracer as I call it out. What a big caster brain I must have as Bananas rolls into the enemy team, finding picks off of a great entry pick. Really nice spam from $, catches the Tracer out, and they find their trigger and they press W. Good fight. Really good.
Very quick fight there for Bad at Overwatch. $sign with a great first pick off, of course. Said we should look out for the guy, and so far, I mean, it hasn't been that long, but he's not disappointing so far.
It's actually a really good point to make. Someone we were told to look out for.
Eucalyptus.
Big pick from Eucalyptus on the Widow, and that's something big on Ilios. That Widow can play a huge factor, and we're seeing it right now on this second attempt to capture the point from Potaters. Big Shatter gets blocked. Bananas goes down as a result. But Light has two stunning picks with this high noon Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus, what?
We've seen some insane Widow block. These Widows all day long have been going at it, and they're looking to pull it back right now. Bad at Overwatch probably going to have to give up this point.
Yeah, some heroics coming out here from Eucalyptus. Of course, a fantastic play. Again, just like we saw in that last game. Widow plays, cream of the crop. You love to see those, able to turn the fight around on a dime, like Eucalyptus is able to.
Eucalyptus, just really big plays all around, and these DPS are going at each other. For these first attempts at percentage, yet another fight breaking out where these DPS are spamming over. You have the Baptiste in the backline, and Eucalyptus yet again finds a pick on the Toaster, who goes down hard. That's going to be hard for Potaters, or for Bad at Overwatch to recover from. Now more picks coming in from Ragu Legend, our pre-game interview player, and with another pick. That's absolutely huge. These DPS for Potaters are popping off and propelling their team to currently keep holding this point.
Alright, Legend just gonna clean up that point with 4 kills to his name. Eucalyptus, of course, able to open that fight with a kill. Also, some fantastic plays from both of these DPS that we've seen so far.
Big Shatter, another big block to follow it up. These Shatters getting blocked. Big Rhine play, but $sign now. It's his turn on the Widow to find a big pick, and HSG going down on the Lucio. Now forcing Potaters to back up as Light finds yet another pick. It is high noon, though, for Ragu Legend, who cleans up, gets a nice point, or gets a nice pick, and this could turn it back, but no. At the end of the day, Bad at Overwatch just has too much, and the grab coming out late doesn't get much value, so Bad at Overwatch going to be able to take this point, and they come into the next fight with the grab and a pretty nice ult advantage on it.
Yeah, they do have a pretty solid ult advantage going into this one. 25% lead for the side of Potaters on this capture percentage, but that can be easily overcome. The capture percentage does go up rather quickly.
$sign taking a big peek here, but doesn't find anything quite off of it. The high noon does come through big. Light finds a pick, and Bananas follows up by taking down the enemy McCree, so this lets Bad at Overwatch just press W. Big pin comes in, and the boop won't be able to stop it. They're pressing the spawn door. Bad at Overwatch wants their picks, but Eucalyptus finds Light. That Widow pick being huge for Potaters here could have just won them this fight. They have the pick, and now they have to try to take advantage. Can they get the Bad at Overwatch in time? $sign finds Eucalyptus. They're even now. These Widows have gone back and forth so far all day on this first map, and a big Shattered finally hit for Bananas. They've been blocking them all day, but now Bananas finds a big one, and the rest of Bad at Overwatch are cleaning up this point. Toaster specifically cleaning up, and there goes Bad at Overwatch getting that first round. Big plays there, but a very, very hotly contested point from both teams.
Yeah, I gotta say, Eucalyptus, the saving grace for the side of Potaters here, with fantastic plays, great pickoffs. Ragu Legend, of course, getting a few picks of his own, but it's just not enough because Bad at Overwatch is just an absolute force. $sign matching on that Widow, even though it hasn't quite been as dominant as Eucalyptus, it's just enough to keep him in check, which allows the rest of Bad at Overwatch to just kind of roll over.
Yeah, the DPS really shining in this game after it was the Brave Monk who really took the spotlight in our last game beforehand. Now, these DPS getting a chance to show up as the Ryans have kept them each other in check. Big blocks, and that really goes to show that both these Ryans are very evenly matched, allowing these DPS to find and explore these matchups. Here they go yet again. Aragu Legend on this Doomfist that they like to play so much. Bad at Overwatch, going to try to take the point early.
Yeah, they're going to get right onto that point with the Lucio speed boost, as well as that teleporter from $sign. They're going to be able to set up some turrets here.
And their sim strat just lets them bunker in and take this point even before it unlocks. You get the space, and it's going to be hard for Potaters to take it back. You see that Aragu Legend struggling to get in. Now they're setting up, posturing. Now that the point is unlocked, they got to find a way in. Aragu Legend does actually fall off the map. Bananas makes a crazy play to knock Aragu Legend off. HSG finding a pick won't be enough, frankly, as Banana cleans up that point.
Yeah, I mean, Aragu Legend just going off the edge of the map, unfortunately, on the Doomfist. The rollouts they don't always go the way you want them to, unfortunately, and, well, the first capture percentage is going to go the way of Bad at Overwatch.
Bad at Overwatch now, holding the point. They have Shatter. That could be big for them as Symmetra has the wall online. $sign could use that to cut the enemy team in half, basically. But Magma Boy has a mirror that would look to contest that. There goes the mirror, and there goes the
Two shatters!
Huge Shatter, and both teams hit their own, but it's going to be Bad at Overwatch. Coming through with the picks. What a massive Shatter from Bananas.
Yeah, I mean, both Reinhardt's able to get massive shatters going both ways, but the one from Bananas is just bigger, and Bad at Overwatch is able to capitalize on it a lot easier. And, well, 50% accrued already for the side of Bad at Overwatch.
Bad at Overwatch have the beat. They have the High Noon online. Facing only a High Noon, HSG could get this beat in time. Potaters are pushing the point hard with Cognite leading the way, trying to fight for space. Aragu Legend finds a pick, and that's the McCree gone. You love that if you're the Doomfist. Now you have free reign when your cooldowns come back, and there we go. High Noon won't catch anything, and Aragu Legend will. Toaster going down. There's the Meteor Strike. The picks are coming through.
Off the map.
Bad at Overwatch, and there's a boop off the map. And that's going to turn it around. Bad at Overwatch coming through big here with the beat. Big plays for Bad at Overwatch, who managed to hold on to this point.
Yeah, able to hang on just barely. Was a 3v2 on that point. And I gotta say, how huge is that Conquistador went off the map, courtesy of Mr. Oreo, man. That is a huge play from him. Really able to allow them to get where they are right now. They're up at 90%. Someone's got to touch.
Bananas, both Ryans, actually. Having that Shadow online is going to be huge. We saw it huge last time, but Eucalyptus finds an early pick on Alizon. There's the Shatter. Conch Knight goes down, but Potaters, meanwhile, is finding picks. Conch Knight goes down. The enemy Reinhardt, who now is coming back to this point into a mirror, hoping to defend their team. Aragu Legend finds a nice punch, but Bananas is rolling through, and he's going to knock. Oh, Bananas and Mr. Oreo, man. Playing to getting Conquistador off the map again. Oh. Octave, that was brutal.
Yeah, a little bit brutal. Oh, and Alezin's actually off the edge of the map courtesy of HSG, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The overtime's just going to take down, no one can touch. And Mr. Oreo, man, 2 fights in a row, able to boop Conquistador off the side of the map. That is no Zarya to speak of. Which means, Bad at Overwatch, they are going to take map number 1. They're going to go up 1-0 in this series.
And a huge play of the game from Bananas as always. I mean, just a stunning Shatter when you can put it in the mirror. And there goes the enemy team's health pools. Big play there from Potaters, but it's Bad at Overwatch. Or, sorry, big play from Bad at Overwatch. The replay viewer on the play of the game got me all mixed up. But we have a very exciting match so far. Those points were back and forth. Big plays for both teams. Let's see if Bad at Overwatch, they so far have a win last week. They're keeping up their momentum. Potaters is going to have to look for a solution. We'll be right back with the next map. Don't go anywhere. Just a minute, and make sure you like and subscribe so you can see when all these matches go up, and check out down below. You'll be able to find our Twitch and other links there. Thank you guys so much. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Yet another exciting map. Gotta say, Battle Overwatch took a strong map, but Potaters had some excitement. The point was back and forth despite both the rounds going to Battle Overwatch. The Potaters have something to prove here. Let's see if they can find the solution that they need to bust through what Battle Overwatch has been throwing at them so far.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're gonna find any place to do it, it's gotta be King's Row. Of course, a fan favorite. We saw this last match. We're seeing it again today. Well, it's a brawl map. You're gonna see Reinhardt v Reinhardt. There are less flank angles here, however, so I don't know. I don't know how this Ryan duel is gonna end up evolving throughout this series.
No, yeah, it's a really good point. This Ryan duel has been tight so far. Both Ryans hitting big shatters and blocking others, but Bananas at the end of the day has got to definitely be getting the slight edge, and it could also partially be due to these insane DPS. I mean, the DPS duel has been insane both ways, but $sign and Light, I gotta say, did get a slight edge at the end, despite a really nice early showing on each map from Eucalyptus and Aragu Legend, respectively.
Yeah, for sure. Eucalyptus on that Widowmaker was definitely deadly, and I don't think we're gonna end up seeing that again unless it's a rollout from spawn on attack. But we are going to see $sign on this Widowmaker to start off. Probably just gonna get up to this top window, see if he can find a pickup here.
Yeah, I want to see what $sign can do early now that they don't actually have to really worry about the Widow duel. Not worried about exposing the Widow pick because the enemy team can't go back now. They got to deal with it, and there's an early shot. Doesn't quite go the way of Mr. Oreo, man. Looking for more. The shield is up, though, from Bananas, and that's huge. Bananas hold their team down, and $sign is actually going to swap off to the Mei. Eucalyptus now looking for something, waiting for the enemy team to push in so that they can just mow them down on that Reaper. But now Bananas pushing into the point. They're going to hit these teams, going hard at it. And here goes the brawl. Eucalyptus is hard in there. And so is Aragu Legend, who finds Bananas going down. It's going to be bad at Overwatch. Forced to maybe lose his first fight. Yes, $sign getting caught out as well. So bad at Overwatch having to go back and take another fight here.
Yeah, they're going to have to back up coming again. Of course, Kings Row first, you do have a good amount of time. No reason to panic, of course. I will say, very interesting here, HSG, instead of the Lucio, is on this Zenyatta. So all that extra damage is going to be absolutely huge here.
Oh, and Conquistador gets caught out by the Maywall and just out of position as the High Noon comes through. Now Potaters having to recoup. But a big early pick is going to lead to the Dominoes falling down. Magma Boy commits the mirror as well. Not quite ideal as Bad at Overwatch takes his point. Pretty good time bank going in now on King's Row. Potaters have to try to find something to stop it and catch these ult rotations.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to capture the objective on their second fight attempt, which is huge. That means they have 5 minutes going into Streets phase. That's a pretty cushy time bank.
And now the mirror from Dominic is going to be huge. Now the Magma Boy doesn't have one of their own Bananas. Has the Shadow online a little bit early, but Conkanite could look to charge it by the time the fight actually starts. Allison now taking front line. Doesn't want to get Maywalled in the way that Conquistador did last point. Conkanite now trying to get this space. This is going to be Conquistador yet again going down to a window. Fire Strike, but it wasn't the Fire Strike. It was Light's headshot that caught him down. His trades coming through. There's a big freeze from Bad at Overwatch.
Freeze.
Looking. Oh, and the High Noon to follow up as well. And a pick. And another from Mr. Oreo, man, cleaning up this point on the Lucio.
Now, I would like to point out, no one's on the cart right now, so they haven't been pushing it. But now they do have someone on the cart, that being Bananas. So I don't know if Bananas is going to stay here, because I think the front line probably needs their Ryan. But at least they are pushing the cart, which is good.
Yeah, Bananas does have that big shatter online, so you're going to need your Ryan to come forward. Get that shatter as Conkanite has one of their own. Here goes yet another shatter duel between these two Reinhardts. Let's see. One can get the upper hand. They're both holding shield. They seem to know there's a big grab. And Conkanite gets pinned but stays alive due to the M-More. Conkanite's low. Will they shatter? They hold on to it now as that's going to be Eucalyptus getting caught. And the Reaper rolls in a big shatter from Bananas to follow up what was a big fight win for Bad at Overwatch.
Yeah, I gotta say, the ult rotations here for the side of Bad at Overwatch is absolutely massive. Like, what is that? They used grab there. What else did they use? They used shatter, I think.
Yeah.
And that was about it. They still have 3 ultimates on the board, and Dominic, or $sign is close to that ultimate, but Dominic is already 50% of the window, and as we all know, Baptiste does not take a long time to charge up that window. So they're looking at a pretty good ult bank right now.
especially not these maps going at each other. A big shatter from Conk Knight hits two. The follow-up isn't quite there. Forces the lamp in the high noon. Is gonna catch two. Light would get another big high noon. Usually a zoning ultimate, but not in the hands of Light. He's catching picks all day long.
Yeah, that and Overwatch are just kind of rolling right now. They're putting down a pretty cushy time bank if someone would get on the cart, which they will. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. We're gonna see what Potaters can do here.
Yeah, they gotta stop it now or never. Here comes a big window. Fire Strike gonna catch the Lucio. HSG going down to an absolute sniper of a shot from Bananas, who's taking Conk Knight out of the fight now. And the beat gonna make it so all Eucalyptus can probably do here is stall. Big Shatter gets not anything, but you don't need to. You already got the point. With a pretty nice time bank, Potaters gonna have to come back with something of their own here.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw there, but dollar sign up there on the May, the guy, I gotta say, was kind of insane. He was up on that high ground on the right-hand side of that third point. And of course, Regu Legend on that Doomfist, or was it Regu Legend on the Doomfist? Came up to challenge him. Dollar sign won that 1v1 and was also able to throw the Blizzard onto point from up where he was. So that's a fantastic play from him. That is a fight-turning set. That's a fight-turning turn of events.
Really big plays all around from that at Overwatch, and Potaters are gonna have to put something together here because they got a big time bank to try to one up.
Yeah, for sure. They got to figure out something to try to match the time bank here of that at Overwatch. They've got almost 4 minutes in their time bank. That is a very cushy time bank. We did see a pretty good time bank last time we saw Kings Row last match. I think it was maybe 2 minutes 30 seconds, and we were saying that was a lot of time. But almost 4 minutes, you're close to doubling that. Yeah, that's a pretty big time bank.
Yeah, it's a good time bank. One of the Potaters is going to be challenged to push. At the very least, they definitely don't want to be going with under a minute and forced to hold that one tick against such a big time bank. So let's see what Potaters can do here. Of course, they still got to full cap the map first.
Yeah, they are going to have to finish the map if they have any hope of winning it. So we're going to see what they can do on this attack. That's the Maywall early from dollar sign.
Regu Legend finds a nice pick. Light going down to that punch. Big play from Potaters. So early pace is good. Bananas goes in hard into the backline with that pin. Is going to get caught out. The lamp isn't enough. Regu Legend with yet another big pick. 2 so far for Regu Legend. And let Potaters hopefully makes a good time here. And so far, they could be on pace. I mean, right now, Regu Legend goes down a little bit too deep. The May is still caught out, though, so the trade's probably going to go in the favor of Potaters here, who are going to get a little refight here. The Maywall breaking them off. They've sort of separated into 2 groups here. The enemy team is just pushing through dollar sign. Does go down, but they get a touch. They're here, and there's shatters coming through from Bananas, who goes down, though, Potaters. They are going to force a bit of a stall, but the Potaters actually slightly ahead of pace right now.
Yeah, Regu Legend is putting so much pressure on the enemy right now. The punches are huge. He's putting out so much damage onto these squishy targets. You know, the Baptiste, the McCree, even the Zarya is... Zarya is getting a little bit pressured here. And I gotta say, fantastic from Regu Legend on this Doomfist so far. He said during the pregame interview that he is the Doomfist player for this team. And definitely not disappointing so far.
Yeah, one thing that's going to be big for these teams throughout this tournament is adaptability, and so far Potaters are doing a good job, and now bad at Overwatch, they have to adapt to this huge Doomfist pick as Banana is caught in the corner, manages to hop out though over those barrels there. Now a Maywall is coming through from bad at Overwatch, causing some members of Potaters to jump out, but a big pin comes through. No, Conk Knight gets shot down by dollar sign, and it's bad at Overwatch looking to defend this point off the back of that high noon. Big grab from Potaters. It's not over yet. Here's the meteor strike from Regu Legend, who doesn't want it to be over, but the Regu Legend goes down. Conquistadav making a big play on this point, but it's not going to be quite enough. Wait a minute, more members of Potaters are back, but looks like they're backing up. No, a big shatter comes through, but it only catches one. The beat coming through to save dollar sign after the bubble saved Alizan. And they actually do have to use the beat there. That's a pretty big play for Potaters, I gotta say. Actually, Shatter for beat is a plenty fine trade.
Oh, for sure. There's the wall coming up from both sides and the Blizzard from Eucalyptus here.
Dollar sign has to use that cryo early and get bubbled out. Another grab big from that Overwatch. That could do something, but the lamp makes it not enough. That mirror is far back now. Bananas Shatter gets blocked. by Eucalyptus's Maywall. Huge shatter block for Potaters now, who have their mirror blocked by the Maywall. They're split in half, but Bananas goes in hard for that Maywall. Gets punished, but Alazan manages to follow up. Ragu Legend is down now, and that freeze is huge for bad Overwatch.
Oh my god, that Blizzard caught like 5 members of Potaters there, and just like that, that's going to allow Bad at Overwatch to take over this point. And
now, yeah, the pace starting to get reset now. Bad at Overwatch. They've taken that team fight win that they needed.
Yeah, they needed that one for sure. And now it's going to be a little bit difficult to actually match this time bank. Bad at Overwatch barely lost a fight the first time around.
Conquistador gets caught out again. So unfortunate, that Maywall being huge. But Conquistador, honestly, being caught out a lot here on King's Row so far. With big plays from $sign to isolate that positioning error.
Yeah, for sure. The Maywalls are massive and being able to just punish the enemy. And, well, Potaters, they're going to have to come back in. They're going to have to figure something out here.
Oh, Bananas pins in yet again. Getting caught out, but it's going to cause Conk Knight to get baited into a freeze. Big Shatter gets blocked.
Light.
I need to stop saying they're big as Light does yet again what Light does. A 2-man High Noon. The classic coming out from Light.
Yeah, what a classic play. Just going up to that far high ground, using that Deadeye, and just pinstring everyone in. That's basically, like, almost guaranteed to get you a couple kills. That is huge from Light, and you love to see a just set play like that.
Now, Bad Overwatch doesn't know this, but there's a sneaky May. Eucalyptus is in the back line, and Light is on the point, so they can't try to C9 quite yet. It's a long C9, so you probably don't get it, but you can maybe cause a pincer with the Maywall. So Eucalyptus
He's gonna try it. He's gonna try the C9.
Bad Overwatch.
Oh, they found him!
They come. Oh no, the timing was just off. I think if they had timed that a little bit better, it might have made sense. Now the freeze is through for both Mays, and they're actually keeping Eucalyptus alive. This is a big play. Potaters have a chance here. Bananas goes down. They're down their main tank now, and Eucalyptus finds a pick on the $sign. This is turning out to be a massive play from Eucalyptus.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes everyone turn around, and so the rest of Potaters are just able to collapse onto the rest of Bad at Overwatch, and now, well, they're going to comfortably push this point into third.
Yeah, and they do have time bank to make up, though, as Bad at Overwatch managed to get some team fight wins there now, which means that there's a chance Potaters could still get held. They got to try to make this push big.
Yeah, they got to figure something out here. It's definitely out of the realm of possibility to be able to match this time bank. They already don't have enough time. So, it's just going to be a question of whether or not they can finish it.
Fernandez using the mirror and bubble to help with being Maywalled, but Dominic goes down to a Ragu Legend, which means Potaters is making the pace that they needed. Light finds a big pick, but a big shadow to follow through with Conk Knight. It's going to mean that Bad Overwatch is sent reeling. They have their time bank, but they want to hold this map. What can they come out with to stop it here on?
Light is going to go over to that Reaper, which I think is a great pick here. Can really punish a Ragu Legend on that Doomfist if he makes a positional error. That Reaper just puts so much damage into him. And Reaper is a very sturdy character. It's very hard to take that guy down.
Banana gets Maywalled off yet again and almost falls off the map in their shatter, but luckily gets it and finds a pick on a Conk Knight as a result. Big flame strike. Ragu Legend has to go in deep, but Potaters is down one. Here come the ultimates for Potaters. And they're using that Meteor Strike, the freeze, the grab. You can't do anything about that ult combo. And the beat comes through to try to save this for Bad at Overwatch.
The beat's gonna come out. A Ragu Legend is just causing mayhem on this objective. The grab Meteor Strike combo, definitely don't count it out. It's a very strong one.
Especially when the freeze is in play, you can't do anything about that. A Ragu Legend almost getting frozen off the map, but HSG is gonna get the boop instead. But Overwatch has a pick though, and that's all you need sometimes on this Kings Row defense. Another pick for Bad at Overwatch. Wait a minute. Potaters could get held out here if they're not careful.
Yeah, I mean the stagger and it's coming out, but I don't know. It's just
pick from Light.
But the picks are coming the way of Potaters again.
And despite only having 3 on point, they have the picks now. The stall could be big. Bad at Overwatch is here, and they have a lamp. Oh no, Potaters were so close, but yet so far. Dominic finally goes down, but the stall is here, and we have a fight on our hands, Octave.
Yeah, the members of Bad at Overwatch are slowly but surely coming back. And the picks are starting to go back their way here. There's the grab from the side of a Legend. This could be enough to send Potaters back to spawn.
How is this going to go? It's so hard to tell, but now with the picks finally coming through for Bad at Overwatch, it seems like Potaters is in a situation of dire straits. They don't have time for another fight. Oh, that fight just lasted so long.
This is catastrophic for Potaters. I mean, they just... Bananas is off the map. However, there is just no members of Potaters left on the point. The only one that can possibly touch this Magma point, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, despite the theme of everybody going off the map on this specific last Kings Row point, Batted Overwatch gets yet another map win. We're up 2-0 right now. Let's see if Potaters can look to get what's going to have to be at this point if they want the win, a reverse sweep. Can they do it? Big play of the game from Light, who was on fire all day long for Batted Overwatch. Let's see what they do next map. I'm very excited. Just a short intermission, and we will be right back, going right into our next map. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like. Do not go anywhere. All right, we're looking at what could be a last map. Potaters has to pull something out of their pockets, or we could be looking at a second 3-0. I don't want that to happen. I want Potaters to show up with something, but Batted Overwatch, they're going to be hard to stop, Octave.
They are going to be extremely hard to stop here. I mean, if history repeats itself, we are definitely going to see a 3-0 here. But, I mean, we have seen glimmers of hope here for the side of Potaters. There have been a couple players on this team who have gone above and beyond, but we're going to see if that's going to be enough to steal them a map.
Yeah, Eucalyptus coming in on what'll be a big map for Widow players, but $sign is coming in too, so you got to watch out. This Widow duel could be massive if both teams decide to go for it.
Yeah, I got to say before we start this map, just got to point out we do have Weak Dumpling coming in for Oragu Legend. So he is going to be playing this McCree. We're going to see how that works out. They are on that standard brawl. Ryan Zarya, Kree, May, Bap, Lucio. On the other end of things, we see Batted Overwatch on the double shield, which, especially if you've been watching Overwatch League lately, on Havana, most teams do end up going for this double shield on Havana. So I don't think it's a bad option at all.
Yeah, although, you know, it's usually on the defense, and we've seen it on the offense too, though. So it's certainly a strong pick now, but the defense, we've seen this as well. It's a pretty common hold, holding up really far, especially when you're playing this brawl comp into the double shield. Let's see if Batted Overwatch has to adjust, or if they can just push right through with double shield.
Yeah, the close hold is just so popular for a lot of teams. And looks like they're kind of ready for it. $sign is going to go over to this Bastion to try to counter it.
Yeah, they go to the Bastion, they keep the double shield. Maybe some more swaps are going to come in. Urisa looks like they're going back to swap, maybe? Bananas? No, going around the right. The right, so that's big. They're actually setting up a pincer. Look at this. One going out of each door to pincer this brawl in. This is actually a really smart play. Right now, this brawl has to choose which side they want to go at, and they're taking a little bit too long. So they do go to the left, though, with plenty of time, and
Mr.
now they
Oreo
find a
Man.
pick. Mr. Oreo Man gets caught out by that May wall and goes down. So they close in on one side of the pincer. Smart move. You got to find the weaker claw and take it out. Big plays there from Potaters.
True, poor Mr. Oreo, man. A lonely Zenyatta gets walled off. There is nothing you can do if you're in that situation. And while Dollarsign's going to go back to this May, they got to figure something out. They are going to swap to that Brawl instead of the double shield.
Fire Strike getting big for Conk Knight. Swinging through, though, is Bananas. They have swapped now, and the Brawl is breaking out. Here comes Light with yet another pick, but a big mirror is up for Magma Boy. Eucalyptus finds a pick on the Bananas, but at the same time, bad at Overwatch continues to clean up the point. That's Light and Alizan partnering up for a big point cleanup, and now bad at Overwatch. They've broken that hold, and now they are rolling through.
Yeah, they're going to start rolling this cart. I gotta say, though, the close hold is just so worth it. Look at all the time they've already burned off the clock. And it's almost as if they haven't taken a fight at all.
Yeah, now they just get another fight. And if this one goes well, you get more. So the mirror coming through leads to a window Fire Strike that takes Eucalyptus down. After $sign follows up. The freeze came through in time. Bananas gets frozen, but it won't mean much. That's immortality granted by Zenyatta. It's high noon, and the ultimates are coming out. There's another high noon, but a big shatter from Bananas takes it down. Such a brave play, shattering straight into the high noon, but it works out. Not for long. Bananas goes down in a follow-up shatter. These Ryans are just shattering and then dying on the point. It's so rough, Octave, for a Ryan main out here in this matchup.
It is so tough if you play Ryan. And, well, both these teams, the picks are going relatively even right now.
Yeah, when the Ryans are down, it starts to devolve into brutality on the point. Not to say that these Ryans won't bring some brutality of their own. Weak Dumpling is the sub, finding a big pick. Potaters making a great hold, maybe off the back of the sub.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, bad at Overwatch, they gotta figure something out here. They've got 1:20 seconds left, and they still have to cap first here.
And McCree certainly has been big, and Magma Boy has a mirror online a little bit before Dominic's next one. But the ults are big right now. That grab coming through catches Conquistador, and the freeze to follow up gets the rest of the team running away from this point. Conquistador goes down, but Eucalyptus doing what they do, finding a pick in the middle of the fight. Light goes down, but that at Overwatch rolling through despite another pick from Weak Dumpling. It looks like they're going to finally be able to capture this point. Potatoes putting up a good fight, though. It's not over yet. They've got a 2v3. Conk Knight is low. And now they're stalling it out. Bad at Overwatch gets this first point in time. Although, a really good ult from Potaters. You're not at all disappointed at that, even though you might find Conquistador picked off here if you're not careful. Oh, Conquistador does go down again.
Unfortunate. I gotta say, you are relatively happy, though, with that hold.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, you are happy with that. They capped with, like, what is it, like 30 seconds left? So really, you're not feeling too bad about that hold right there.
Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat as Conk Knight now rolling in the enemy team, swinging like his life defense.
Oh,
Gets
no.
shattered. Bananas being patient and finds a big opening to shatter through. And now both teams rolling. One team has to back up, though. Potaters falling yet again to Bad at Overwatch, who made a pretty impressive statement after what was a slightly hard first point for them to capture.
Yeah, a little bit hard, but now they are making a statement, of course. Dominic pushing this card forward. They are going slowly but surely. The $sign is going to go down to Eucalyptus, which could be a huge pick.
Big pick. Eucalyptus has been finding those all day long on the Hanzo, despite their team, not having the best chances. Although this map has gone a bit different. Potaters with some picks. Now Light finds one big, forces the beat out from Potaters. Big shatter after being grabbed now. Bad at Overwatch. Holding these stairs. These Ryans are trading shatters, but Conk Knight does get a nice block, it would seem, as the grab hits for the other team. Now Potaters' grab does have the lamp to save from the dragon. So Bad at Overwatch is still on this point. Trades are coming through for both teams. Weak Dumplings High Noon catches Light out.
Oh, Bananas is so
Lights
low.
out. Oh no, Lights out for Light out, and with the rest of them going down, now it's a, frankly, Bad at Overwatch. They're still pushing this. And the stall from Potatoes is coming strong. I don't know. Wait a minute. Wait, the Ryan's back and HSG is alive. No way, they can't kill HSG, and now Potatoes is back. Conk Knight's here, and it's a 2v1, but you have Ryan. It's a 2v2 now. Oh my gosh, no. Can't do it. They can't do it to him like this. Potaters fighting to hold on to this point after really just Bad at Overwatch didn't get the picks they needed. They couldn't kill HSG in time.
What a clutch play from HSG, but the fight is not over yet, because Battle Overwatch, they're getting picks! $, gets a couple kills here.
Oh, they just gotta kill HSG one more time. And there it is. Battle Overwatch finally get this after another nice hold from Potaters, who haven't been able to quite cap this push yet.
Yeah, what a clutch play from HSG though. It's a 2v1, and he stays alive for so long. How long was he alive there for? I'm not sure, but it was enough time for both the tanks to get back and clear off the rest of the members of Battle Overwatch.
When fights go long, Mr. Oreo Man builds beats. Beat is now online, and along with a slew of ultimates for Battle Overwatch, honestly, if you're Potaters here, you'd be fine with a dry fight, but maybe that Shatter from Conk Knight can catch some people before they even get the chance to use those ultimates. Conk Knight now getting frozen going forward, and is definitely looking for a Shatter if you couldn't tell, but gonna get shut down as Alizan actually finds a pick on the Conk Knight. Conquista does take down Bananas, and Alizan is fighting for picks and fighting for map control. Battle Overwatch are pushing this cart, wanting to get it to third point, despite maybe it's been some team fight losses, but they're pushing through pretty hard with some ultimates online. Same can be said, though, for Potaters.
Yeah, Banana's finally getting back to this objective, but the Shatter's massive. It catches. How many did it catch there? 4?
Yeah, 4 from Conk Knight, and Bananas comes back, but at the end they're going to balance out. Alizan, though, finds 2. Alizan finding picks all day long. Light finds 3. Light has just been lighting up the kill feed, and now it's Battle Overwatch on their way to the third point, barring a miracle hold from Potaters.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be the stragglers coming out here. They're going to try to contest it. HSG will be able to, but it's just these final stalling measures. Conquistadab on the ball, and a desperation bastion from Eucalyptus, but not going to get a whole lot done. It's Conquistadab, the last one left on point, just to swing around. That's all she wrote for this point, because Battle Overwatch, they complete the map, 34 seconds remaining.
Only 34 seconds, but Potaters, we know from Kings Row, they got to be able to complete the map this time if they want to take advantage of the time bank they managed to create this time.
Yeah, for sure. Potaters, they're gonna have to at least complete this map if they want to keep the series going. Again, 34 seconds, well, it doesn't sound like a lot of time. Especially on Havana, it can be pretty difficult to capture all 3 points. So, with time remaining, that's pretty good. You're feeling very good about that if you're bad at Overwatch.
Bad at Overwatch here, yeah, you like to get all 3 because this is a tough map, especially that third point. So, despite it being 34 seconds, you're just glad to get it. Let's see if Bad at Overwatch takes a play. I doubt it out of the enemy's book because right now they're on a sig ball.
Yeah, absolutely. They are playing this Sig ball on the defense, which we haven't seen a whole lot of. We really haven't seen a whole lot of the Sig ball as of late.
I will say
not many teams opt for it, but
I will say in Korea we've seen it a bit, even on Kings Row. I saw
Really?
Valiant, who obviously Valiant might not be the team
Valiant's
to base
right?
off of, but yeah, there are some Korean and Asian teams that have definitely still been running the Sig ball, and on a map like this, apparently, Bad at Overwatch feels pretty confident in it.
yeah, absolutely. You do see it in Overwatch League every once in a while, of course.
Right.
But of course, at this level in this tournament, historically, we haven't seen a whole lot of it.
Very true.
So we're gonna see what they can do on it. Hopefully, they can put up a pretty solid defense here.
Now it's Potaters just standing behind this point. They don't want to give up too many resources to the early spam. Rock comes through from Alizan, not going to catch anything. Alizan's been fragging out all day, and it helps when you have Light and $sign finding HSG there. That BAP going down is really bad for Potaters. So far, this poke comp has been working really good for Battle Overwatch. They're getting really thick.
Yeah, for sure.
Bananas gets hacked and goes down.
Oh no. That is very unfortunate. That is your main space creating tool gone.
Yeah, and at first the poke went in favor, but Battle Overwatch gets it after, they overextend a little bit with a ball, now swapping one Bananas to the Rhine.
Oh,
So
$sign.
double
What's he doing?
shield. Oh, $sign goes down. Slightly unique in the positioning, but Light does find a pick off the back of it as Weak Dumpling goes down. The Widow no longer in play. Conquistadab looking for that Tracer, getting isolated from the rest of their team, though. And now the Tracer's gone. Conquistadab is lost.
He just have his way in the backline right now. Not with his Rhine whatsoever. Eucalyptus is going to catch a kill on a Dominic, though, which is massive.
And Conk Knight finds Mr. Oreo Man down. So a big push so far from Potaters, who are finding the cleanup picks they need.
Yeah, Light is going to get weak dumpling, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough because there are plenty of members left on the point for Potaters, and it looks like they're comfortably going to push this into second point.
Second point we go with a time bank advantage for Potaters. They have the momentum now, and they can start to swing this series around if they keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep up the offense like this, a big pick from $sign onto Eucalyptus.
Doesn't get much more brutal than that. The momentum may be halted. Now Potaters has to recover. And of course, Light's in the backline just poking people out. Weak Dumpling, though, goes in for the duel and gets caught out in the duel as Eucalyptus tries to help. Light finds a huge pick there. There's the Dragon melting the tanks, but they use the lamp to stay alive. Conquistad having Cognite fall anyways. Bad at Overwatch. Nice team fight went from there. Very decisive.
Yeah, that's great. You love to win that fight because now look how close you can hold here. See, winning that first fight on Havana second is absolutely crucial because look at this position that Bananas is taking. If they don't win that first fight, you just cannot take a position that's aggressive.
Cognite doesn't have a bubble anymore. That bubble just went through, so hopefully they got the energy they wanted after this $sign finds HSG. Here comes the Flux. Gonna have to pull out that Iris. Pass into it. Now $sign finding yet another pick despite that immortality up. Weak Dumpling takes out Light. Finally, the duel going in their favor, so now Potaters has a chance to lamp down. Weak Dumpling finds yet another. The Shatter is being traded and blocked. Bananas does go down. Potaters, no one's on the point right now, but they're making good pace.
Yeah, they're pushing this play a little forward once again. They got 3 minutes 15 seconds. So honestly, they're putting up a pretty good pace right now.
The question is, can they push out these two targets on the high ground? They could really just go down. Conquistad making a great play to go for Alexander, goes down. Bananas now coming in late. Maybe hoping the Lucio can catch them, but Conquistad goes down to the Lucio. Big pick from Mr. Oreo Man, big Flux. Leads to a huge high noon from Weak Dumpling, who finds 2 down. And they're hacked. Now they got it back up. Potaters is making stunning pace, I gotta say.
Yeah, they are, they're putting forward a pretty good pace right now. They got 2 minutes 41 seconds, and is anyone gonna be able to touch for the side of Bad at Overwatch? It looks like they will be able to. I think Mr. Oreo Man can probably make it there, but it's gonna be a little bit
They're
tough.
not going for it.
Oh, they're not?
No.
No, they're not going for it at all.
Wait, the Dragon
well,
being
4
committed,
minutes.
even though
4
They
minutes is
don't touch.
putting on the way of Potaters here. They're making great pace right now.
and they don't touch, but Overwatch does commit the Dragon, so good pace, and now the ult advantage, but you know, maybe they pressure and win that team fight off it. No, not quite the spawn advantage they know, but $sign finds a big pick on the Magma Boy. It looks to slow the progress of Potaters right now, who are making great time. Light finds Eucalyptus down, and there's the window. Big from Dominic gonna allow Overwatch's pressure at this point. They're holding close, and it is working. Potaters find themselves pressured right now.
Yeah, they are pushed way back right now. They are clashing on this point, however. Both these teams, no picks to be said for either of these teams thus far, but that, as I say that, Bananas goes down, but both Rhines do.
Yeah, something's got to give eventually, and Potaters now starting to take advantage of this pick war going on, and they're going to get more push. That at Overwatch really only temporarily stopping the push from Potaters, who again have a really good time bank, and they're going to have to get through this very difficult last point. Let's see if Bad at Overwatch can stand their ground here and stop this reverse sweep before it even gets started.
Yeah, this last point is it's a fortress right here. It's very difficult to push through. They're gonna need picks exactly like that from Eucalyptus to be able to break through.
Light goes down, and that's a big pick. But the Dragon separating members of Potaters means the Conch Knight could go down, having to pin out to get back to their team, and swinging into the enemy tank line. Now a beat comes through as ults are being traded, and big eat from Alazan. $sign finds a pick, and Bad at Overwatch could still hold this. The Shatter's coming through, gets blocked, but doesn't mean too much as Bad at Overwatch now rolling through this fight.
The Shatter did, the Shatter there from Bananas did actually catch both supports
Oh, wow.
there, which was huge. And HSG did go down as a consequence of that Shatter, which is absolutely massive. Of course, blocked from the entirety of the team, but still did catch a couple, which is more than enough.
Oh, that's a huge shatter as Alazan throws in the bomb early. They're holding spawn door now as Bad at Overwatch looking to make up this time bank, and so far they're succeeding.
Yeah, 1 minute 40 seconds. They've already burned so much time off this clock since they got to third point, and they're holding up so close right now.
Really big close hold, and it's going to be really hard to get through this because even after you get through this, that means they get another fight. By the time you're even going to be able to start pushing the card, Light finds a huge pick. That's Mirror up. Going to take down the Immortality, and Light is rolling through the enemy team right now. Potaters have to recover. They're going to find themselves not able to cap this. Such a difficult third point.
Yeah, I mean, the big time bank lead that we saw earlier in this map is starting to fade. They only have 1 minute left. And if they want to match this time bank, they're going to have to do it in 30 seconds, which doesn't look very likely when $sign shoots dragons like that.
Dragons into the spawn, gets 2 as Bananas shattering what's left of
Wow.
Potaters, who are just getting stalled right now. They gotta have these ults online. They only have 2, but Window Fire Strike could catch some members of Bad at Overwatch out, and they gotta try to do something here, or else the reverse sweep won't even get on its feet.
Yeah, the time bank is all ready for the side of Bad at Overwatch. There's the window and the shatter. Not going to catch a whole lot though.
Does get blocked by Bananas. Big plays from each Ryan, looking to block each other's shatters, but that doesn't mean big ones aren't going to get through. There goes Bananas with 1. They go down in the process, but the picks coming in the favor of Bad at Overwatch. A couple for Potaters, so they have the spawn advantage, but what they definitely don't have is any more time.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of time. Someone's got to touch. That one is probably going to end up being Conk Knight here on the ball. We'll get the touch, but it looks like he's going to go down.
Yeah, overtime has started, but High Noon was big, and it didn't actually clean up anything, but $sign finds that pick on a Cognet, which was massive. Now HSG going down the bomb finds 1. The Dragons from both teams splitting and crossing each other. Pretty cool scene there, but at the end of the day, Bad at Overwatch cleaning up this point, and they've 3-0'd their opponent. We had 2 3-0s today. What a strong showing from Bad at Overwatch.
Yeah, great showing from them today. They're going to take map number 3, and well, they're going to take the series. I wouldn't say this was extremely one-sided, but Bad at Overwatch looked really good today, and you could tell they were feeling themselves.
Yeah, Potaters had some moments, but this guy in the play of the game was in the kill feed all day long. Here's another huge High Noon from Light. He didn't catch it the first time. Catching 3 here at the end. Big cleanup from Light.
Yeah, great cleanup there. And, well, it's a couple pretty good games today, but before we leave, one thing we gotta do, we gotta choose an MVP for this game. Jump Benny, give me your thoughts. Who do you think deserves it for the side of Bad at Overwatch?
There's a lot of good players to pick. Obviously, Bad at Overwatch just put out an outstanding showing today. I'm going to throw out a candidate here. Let me know what you think. I think Light absolutely popping off in the kill feed all day long is something that was hard to ignore. Huge plays from Light and Alizan. Both of them showing up in the kill feed, but Light had those zoning High Noons. Not a zoning alternate anymore. It's going to find at least 2 almost every time. Huge plays from Light.
Yeah, I gotta say, Light played absolutely fantastically. I gotta say, if I were to point out two potential recipients of this MVP, it would definitely be Light and Leslie, and I would have to agree with you there. Overall, I can't exactly decide. I gotta leave it up to you, Jump Penny. Who do you want to give this MVP to?
I appreciate the honor. It's a tough one. Alizan made great plays all day long, but Light's going to get the MVP at the end of the day. And again, just such a hard choice. But Light really pulled through with just a dominant performance at all points, even against a fresh sub coming in. Really good plays, and we're going to get Light in here for a MVP interview that was well deserved.
Oh,
Light's
well
coming
deserved
in
for
soon.
sure. All right.
And
There
here
he
we
is.
have Light. What a great game for you guys. 3-0ing your opponent. I know that's got to feel good. You guys are really going strong. 2-0 now. How do you guys feel after yet another impressive win for Bad at Overwatch?
Well, this was my first game playing with the guys.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing how we came together. The chemistry was amazing. The calls were amazing from everyone. Everyone just showed up and did their job really well. So they kind of put me in position to just clicking heads. So, yeah.
Really great stuff all around. I believe it was who did we have in here early for our interview?
For which team?
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
Alizan, who was also popping off in the kill feed all day,
Absolutely.
mentioned you being new to the team and said that we had to look out for you, and we saw that show for sure. Really big plays. If there was someone else other than you, of course, 'cause you played great, on your team that you would say supported you the most, who would you call out on your team?
It's been a rough week for like scrims and stuff, but I definitely have to say Bananas has stepped up in a big way, especially just like filling the main tank role that has recently been emptied, and then coming in, filling that role. It's a big
Yeah.
role, so
Yeah.
well deserved for
But
him.
Bananas played great all day, that early play of the game and blocking plenty of shatters as well as hitting plenty of their own. You guys played great. Octave, any questions for our MVP here before we let them get back to celebrating with their team?
Yeah, I gotta say, I got one more question now. You guys go up to 2-0 as of right now. You guys have 2
Mhm.
wins under your belt in as many games. What's the mindset right now heading into your next games? What are you guys gonna do to prepare? Like what are you guys thinking right now for these next games?
Honestly, this tournament is just gonna kind of be warm up for us. We're looking for GGNA. Like
Ooh.
what happens in this is what happens. This is kind of our team chemistry practice. So we go into the mentality of if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. As long as we're getting better, growing closer. But we're looking for GGNA victory, and I think this has been an excellent way so far of training us together. So.
I like it. You guys building up to go in with high hopes. Very excited to see what you guys can do. You guys played great, and you certainly deserve that win. Go celebrate with your team, man. You certainly earned it.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Octave. We had 2 exciting matches, but 2 3-0s, which means these teams have, we got some teams who got to maybe go back. Maybe they'll check these VODs and learn something because these were some good matches today from some tough teams. Now, looking at the standings, Bad at Overwatch had a statement today. Their map differential is going to put them at the top of the leaderboard right now, which is massive. This 3-0 was big for them.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Map differential, considering the season again is long, but it's not that long, and so you are probably gonna end up seeing, some ties for who has more wins.
Yeah.
That's where map differential comes in. Getting those 3-0s is massive, because if you win in a 3-0, obviously you're winning by 3 maps. If you win by 2, even if it's just a 3-1, even if you drop a map, that's still putting you at a disadvantage. To some of those other teams that could possibly pass you. And when there could be so many ties here, map differential really matters.
Of course, our next matches will be announced on 413esports.com. Make sure you guys check that out. But before you go, hit that subscribe, hit that like. Make sure you guys check out our links below because we're going to be live with our next match next week. And you guys aren't going to want to miss that. We had some great Overwatch today, and I cannot wait to see what we have in store for you guys next week.